Kia ora, and welcome to Tuesday's Economy Watch, where we follow the economic events and trends that affect Aotearoa. I'm David Chaston, and this is the international edition from interest.co.nz. And today we lead with news the US blockade on the Strait of Hormuz is starting, and a notable feature is that no other country has agreed to join it. Oil prices have risen, along with prices for many other products that rely on trade from the Persian Gulf. And the last tankers to exit the Gulf are now arriving at Asian refineries, so the crunch is ahead of us and getting closer. In the US, existing home sales dipped in March as buyers held back on the growing uncertainty. Analysts had expected a dip, but this one was slightly larger than anticipated, at minus 3.6%, taking the annual sales rate below 4 million for the first time since June 2025. It is now also lower on a year-on-year basis. Of course, unsold inventory rose, although not alarmingly. But there was a larger retreat in building consents in Canada, falling 8.4% in February from January, down 11.5% from a year ago. Most of this was caused by a sharp 24% drop in non-residential building consents. In fact, housing consents rose 6.4% in the month, led by multi-unit construction. And there are by-elections in Canada today, with most observers seeing Prime Minister Carney in a much stronger position after the votes are counted, no longer leading a minority government. In China, new yuan loans came in at 2.99 trillion in March, below the 3.36 trillion in the same month in 2025, and lower than the 3.4 trillion forecasted, to be their lowest March since 2021. And a key Chinese rare earth producer has raised its prices 45% for the second quarter of 2026 to a level that is double what it was in the second quarter of 2025. It was the largest quarterly hike since 2023. And India's CPI inflation is rising, continuing a trend that started in November. It was a 3.4% rise in March, its highest since February 2025. Food prices are up 3.7%. Having noted that, we should also note that a slightly larger rise was anticipated. Aluminium prices continue to rise and are now approaching the very unusual peak we saw in February 2022. And in Australia, we should also note that a final court ruling is due any time now in the decades-long dispute over whether Gina Rinehart's claim to the Hancock mining fortune is valid. Could be some fun fireworks ahead. The US Treasury 10-year yield is now just on 4.30%, down 2 basis points from this time yesterday. And the price of gold will start today down $9 at $4,738 an ounce. Silver is little changed at $75.50 an ounce. And American oil prices are up $2.50, just on $99 a barrel, while the international Brent price is up $4, also now at $99 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is up 20 basis points from yesterday at 58.6 US cents. Against the Aussie, we're little changed at 82.7 Australian cents. Against the euro, we're up 20 basis points at 50 euro cents. That all means our trade-weighted index starts today up 20 basis points from yesterday at just on 62.1. And the Bitcoin price starts today at $72,231 and up 1.5% from yesterday. Volatility over the past 24 hours has been moderate, though, just on plus or minus 2.3%. You can get more news affecting the economy in New Zealand from interest.co.nz. Kia ora, I'm David Chaston, and we'll do this again tomorrow.